Hi, it's Stephen here. As a property investor, finding off-market property deals is one of the best ways of buying investment property below market value. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 6 different ways you can find properties off-market. Property investors want to find off-market property because it puts you in a position where you can negotiate direct to vendor, i.e. the property owner, and buy your next buy-to-let property below market value. How to buy off-market property at below market value? Well, I set this up by working out a fair market price for that property. I do this by looking at comparables in the area and also by talking to estate agents. I then offer that fair market price to the seller, but then working in a discount because they no longer have to pay commission or any marketing costs that they would normally have to pay, as well as smashing the like button. My only request, if you get some value from this video, is that you smash the like button, as this will really help out my YouTube channel, and I'll be really thankful for it. At the end, I'm going to give you another negotiation tip on how to buy property off market, so stick around for that. But let's get into the 6 ways you can find properties off market. So something that I've used successfully in the past is you go onto Gumtree and you go and look at the properties for sale on Gumtree, and then you go and select private. That way, you're then just looking at the listings that are being advertised by the owners. And this way, you can then reach out to those owners directly without going through an estate agent. Another way is that you use Gumtree, but this time you're doing an advert on Gumtree yourself. So the key with the advert is to be quite specific in what you're looking for. You can put anything you want in there, but if you specifically want a 3-bed, 2-bath property and you want it to be like a terraced house or a house, not a flat, and you want it to be freehold or not leasehold, you want to put that kind of stuff in there. You can leave it a bit flexible, but you probably want to narrow it down a bit more so people can really identify that you are not just someone that's saying we buy houses or I buy houses. You want to be putting down that you're a property investor, you're actively looking to buy X type of property, so 3-bed, 2-bath house, and you want it to be freehold, you're looking in this area. Don't put a price down or anything like that, what you're prepared to pay. Just put down like your requirements and that you're a property investor looking to buy a property. And that way you'll get calls. So with this way, you might want to buy a different SIM card so you don't get calls on your own personal phone, so that then when you get a call on that other one, you know that it's specifically about someone that wants to sell their house. And this way you can make sure you answer it. It doesn't matter whether it's a private number or whatever, because it might be people will private number those things, but you know that that's the line for you to deal with people that want to sell their houses. And you can just go and get a SIM card that's prepaid and it's like active for 180 days or even 365 days, and you just put like £20 on it. You're just going to be using it to accept calls coming in. You're not going to make calls going out on it. You use your own phone and make calls from that. And that's if you just want to keep your own phone private and keep the calls that are coming in specifically for people that want to sell their own home.
Yes, Commissioner.
To incentivize people to call your ad, you want to put down that you offer a fair market price for their property and that you can do a fast close, fast settlement for that transaction. That way you're going to get a lot more people calling you because they want to get a fair market price and they want to get the transaction done in a reasonable amount of time. Other ways to find off-market property deals is actually go and talk to lots of estate agents. Go and do the hard work. You have to go out there, talk to lots of estate agents, let them know that you're active in the market, let them know that you're trying to buy, that you want to buy a property, give them out your card, contact them via phone, get on the emails, send emails out to them, get their emails and put their emails on something like MailChimp, and then do monthly blasts out to estate agents where you're saying you're actively looking, you're looking for this type of property. You need to be specific though with what type of property you're looking for. Don't just say anything and everything. If you can narrow it down to something specific you want, like a 3-bed house, 2 bathrooms, freehold, this price range when you're dealing with estate agents, they'll then be looking for you for that type of property, and they know if you keep contacting them, they'll contact you eventually when they get something that's just about to hit the market or it's just come on the market that day, and they'll contact you first so you can go around and check it out. As you can see from this email, I received this email just the other day, and it was from an agent that I've been dealing with on another transaction where that property had been sold, and I just gave him my requirements and he sent me through these 2 properties that are just about to hit the market, but he's given me first refusal essentially. He may have sent it to a few people, but I'm one of the first few people that have got access to this information that these properties are about to hit the market before anyone else. And this all comes about by building up relationships with agents. Obviously, this isn't going to happen overnight. You have to put in the work. You have to kind of build those relationships with people, the different agents out there, get to know them in the area that you want to be buying from. If it's remote, if it's in a different area that you don't live in, just pick up the phone, contact them, check in with them now and again, send them an email once a month just saying you're still looking, how's the market going, what's coming up, are you doing any viewings for new properties at the moment? If you are and they fit this criteria, think of me please. I'm ready and active to buy and I'm ready to go. So there's one tool that I use as a property investor that I use all the time whenever I'm analysing a deal. Now this tool is called Nimbus Maps. Now this gives me all sorts of information relating to a particular property, but the reason I'm mentioning it is because there's actually a new overlay on Nimbus Maps at the moment, which is to do with vacant buildings. So at the click of a button, you just click the vacant buildings overlay, and then it will show you in the area that you're looking at on the map, all the buildings that have been vacant for either over 6 months or buildings that have been vacant over 3 months. So here we are on Nimbus Maps and we've got the overlays over here, and we can just go to market, and then there's the vacant buildings overlay here, which is a relatively new one. So what we do is just go to a certain location initially, and then we can go to the overlays and then click on vacant buildings overlay, and that's going to show us a legend which gives us more than 6 months, less than 6 months, and then we can just kind of have a look at the properties around here and see if there's any that are interesting. We look at this one over here, for example. We can see that this one is an office. It's 821 square feet and it's been vacant since 2016. And then we can just, if we want to have a look at that one and see what that one looks like, it's this one here that's boarded up. We can then click on this information here and it will tell us exactly who owns this. Sykes Capital Limited. They've sold 5 properties in the last 18 months. And that's their address there to write to them. So that's what you would do. You'd just be able to go and send them a letter to the address there that's on here that you can see. You can also order a title plan if you wanted to double check the address is the same as this one, or search company's house for it. That's how you'd use it, and then you just go and find the vacant buildings, and then you can write to them and say, hey, are you interested in selling? I see that's been vacant for a long time. I'm looking to buy a property like this. Is there something that would you be interested in maybe selling this property? So that's how you use the Nimbus Maps vacant buildings overlay. I've got a link below where you can sign up for Nimbus Maps and get a free trial period. So go and check out that link below. Another way to find off-market property deals is again using Gumtree and or Facebook. I actually think Gumtree is better than Facebook because lots of agents list on Facebook right now, and it's difficult to try and find a private listing on Facebook these days. You kind of have to go by the picture quality and see if the picture doesn't look as professional as an agent's picture. That's the only way on Facebook, otherwise you could spend hours going through all the listings just to find and see if anyone are privately listed, which majority generally aren't. So for this one, we're going onto Gumtree or Facebook and we're looking at people that have got their properties for rent. What we're trying to do here is approach people that have had listings on Gumtree or Facebook that might have been there for quite a while. So you don't want to go for new listings, you want to go for listings where they've had it up for rent for a period of time. And what you want to say to them is that you're actually interested in buying a property rather than renting. Would they be interested in selling you that property instead of renting it out? If you don't ask, you don't know. You're going to have to contact a lot of people before you maybe get a yes. But it's worth it maybe for that one yes out of the 100 people that you contact that say no. One person might go, well, yeah, maybe. What kind of price were you thinking of? And therefore, it's getting you in the door. You can start negotiating and see where that takes you. So the 6th way then of finding off-market property deals is to go and do a letter drop. So there's various companies that enable you to do this, including the Royal Mail, and I'll put some links to other companies down below in the comments so you can see those as well. So how this would work is that you can either get your leaflet individually delivered, which is going to cost you more money, or you can actually go and get your leaflet delivered with a free newspaper, which will make it a lot more cost effective. So the types of costs can vary on this one, But typical range for 1,000 leaflets is going to cost you between £50 and £80. And then if you want to deliver something like 5,000, that can range from £250 to £400. And with this letter drop, you'd be a bit more flexible with what you're going to be putting in that. You'd be putting, you're a property investor looking to buy a property in the local area. This area you're actively buying properties and you're looking to buy more to add to your portfolio. If they're interested in getting a property at a fair market price with a fast settlement without estate agent fees, give you a call. So here's the additional negotiation tip that I like to use when I'm dealing with direct to vendor negotiations, is I like to remind the seller about the hassle that they're not going to have when they're going with you. Ultimately, the benefit of selling direct to you rather than dealing with an agent is they've got no property viewings, they don't have any cleaning to do, they haven't got to tidy up the house every week for the viewings, they haven't got calls from agents at different times of the day asking for viewings here, viewings there. They don't have to do any repair work or anything like that. You'll buy the house as is. No more viewings, no more interruption, no more aggravation. How much is that worth to them for them to take your offer and make it happen straight away? So go out and try one of these strategies today. Let me know in the comments which one you're going to do. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll reply to you. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you've watched it all the way through and you've enjoyed it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get more videos about property, investing and entrepreneurship. I've also got a private property Facebook group that you're welcome to join. I'll leave a link below to that. Feel free to join that and we can keep the conversation going in that about property related things. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and see what I'm up to over there, and I'll see you next time.